Hi, Savannah Sevens family. My name is Courtenay DeHoff. Some of you may know me as the Fancy Lady Cowgirl. I'm a fourth generation ranch kid from Kansas who now resides in Texas. And I'm sure, as you're all aware, it was a really tough week for those in Texas specifically, but also Oklahoma, New Mexico, parts of Arkansas, Kansas, and just so many surrounding states. And along with the millions living in urban areas, our ranchers were hit incredibly hard. On Monday, I was just sitting here in my home in Texas with no power, and I was just mad, and I was really sad. I wasn't mad that I didn't have power. I was mad because I knew what no electricity and below freezing temps was going to mean for ranchers in this part of the country who really don't have the infrastructure or equipment to save all the baby calves that were being born right now, because most ranchers in this part of the country are calving. I expressed my frustration in a post because I just needed to write it out and say it out loud for my own benefit, really. And I posted it on my Instagram. And what happened next was just a wave of support and new understanding, I think, of farmers and ranchers, which was the real reason I posted it. In my post, I shared that frozen temps for ranchers meant baby calves, falling through ponds. Days of no electricity would mean that water wells wouldn't run and that there would become no way to get water to animals. I shared that in addition to no electricity or water in their own homes, ranchers were facing incredible challenges because I don't know that the rest of the world really understands how big the sacrifice can sometimes be in ranching. I wasn't trying to gather sympathy for our ranchers, because the last thing a rancher wants is sympathy. I was simply trying to share the story in hopes that people around the country would have a little more appreciation for all that our great ranchers do. The stories and the photos started rolling in. I received so many photos of living rooms and kitchens full of baby calves. Weary ranchers would send me messages sharing incredible stories of loss and even desperation, and I shared it. I shared everything. I shared their tears and I shared their triumphs. And in addition to messages from ranchers, I received hundreds of messages that started out like this. Hey, I don't know anything about ranching or cows, but how can I help? Humans from all walks of life saw what our ranchers were going through, and man, they came running. And it's been a long week. Oftentimes it was as simple as saying, hey, we're just praying for you, or we're thinking of you. But that really went a long way. And the sun, thank goodness, is shining again in Texas, but our residents, both rural and urban, have an incredibly long road ahead. So many are still without water. So many are still without power. Many who do have water, they can't drink it because it's contaminated. In fact, in my parking garage, the sprinkler heads are exploding out of the ceiling and flying off in all directions right now. As the snow and ice melts, our ranchers are going to be in mud up to their knees for weeks. They're going to be working on busted water pipes, broken tanks, and destroyed water lines. That's going to just be the start of the cleanup. This winter storm, in fact, is projected to be the costliest winter storm in Texas history, surpassing Hurricane Harvey's $19 billion in insurance claims. So as a ranch kid, I ask you for your continued prayers for all of our ranching families. As an adoptive Texan, I ask that you please pray for this state and all of the states affected, because here's the thing, the headlines are going to die down. They already have. They'll die down in the days to come. But as someone who's living in the middle of it here right now, I'm here to tell you that we need all your prayers for many months to come. And there are multiple organizations and ways that you can help. You can contribute to disaster relief funds that directly benefit our ranchers. And I just ask that you keep all of our hard ranching families in mind for the next several weeks, even for the next several months, because the financial toll is going to be huge, but the mental toll is going to be incredibly trying as well. So thank you for letting me share a little bit of the story on the Savannah Sevens blog. It was such an honor that they reached out and asked that I would contribute this week.